What's up? It is morning. It's morning time. It's time in the morning. It's very hot and muggy and miserable here. I got multiple fans going. I don't know if it's going to screw with the mics or not. I got the window fan, which you can't really see. I was going to say I got to add Andrew, but Andrew can add his own damn self. He's like thinking about it. He's like, I don't know if I can or not. What's up, dude?
Oh, man. Just building stuff. I did a 3D scan today of my own head with my Kinect.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking about it. They're saying actually the cameras and phones now are better than using the Kinect.
Yeah, but it was because I had done a project years back, and I was going through old boxes, and I found the Kinect and the adapter, and I already had Skinect on my PC, so I was like, oh, just give it a go. So I put it on top of my PC, and then just literally just did a scan of me sitting in this chair and just spinning the chair slowly. I'm designing at the moment a hand holder, like a palm holder thing, so I can put it in that and then get my Missy to actually do like a proper scan around me. Because the free version only gives you a low poly, but that's all I need. It's so that I can do a 1-to-1 scale bust, so I can build stuff off of it. So good, man.
Yeah.
So what you been up to?
Not much. Very little this morning. A little bit of running around, cleaning up, trying to pick up, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next for my cleaning desk thing. Because I already did the PlayStation, but now I want to get rid of the hard drives, which are really, I should have started with, because they're the biggest freaking mess of my desk, is all them wires and cables and crap. And I'm looking at it going, but where am I going to put all those wires and cables and crap? Because they still have to come out of the computer into the hard drive. And then if I go onto the...
Just get a hard drive deck.
Get a what?
A hard drive deck. They're like a box about that big. Goes next to your PC, and it just has hot swappable drives in it. And just pull them in and out.
Like that thing?
No.
The problem is I've got that one and that one. That does multiple drives. Plus, it's got the SD reader and all that in it. That'll do 3 or 4
what
drives.
What I'm talking about is it's an actual like cube. It's about that big.
Yeah. The problem is all this
slide out drives.
Because I'm using these as hubs. Because I got this hub full already, and then the camera and mic come out of this for a hub. And that's another hub that I use for, because that's full. So I use this hub, USB hub, when I want to like plug in a printer and flash the firmware or something. So if I don't have all these hubs, if I put them under the desk like originally planned, I don't have access to the ports without crawling under there. And
yeah, I'd probably look at it. Well, see, most of your hard drives that you're looking at there are just hard drives inside cases. Usually I just use the bare hard drives. I mean, I've got stacks of hard drives that I just put into these USB 3.0 cases. But generally I just keep the hard drives like that, and these are 2.5 drives. I've got loads of 3.5 drives. But my 3.5 drives are in a docking bay. The one that I've got is only a 3, but it's got 4 USB ports on the back of it, but you select priority. So you can put a USB in and then pick which drive you want to run, or you do it as master and slave. What means that you have your master hard drive, say it's like a 2 terabyte master, and then you have all the rest of them that go through that master drive. What means that you can literally have like 16 terabytes worth through one drive. So it sees it as one drive, but it's 4 different drives put together, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So, it's just a box. It's about that big. You do get the really expensive ones. The 3 version, where it's got 3 drives in it, is a lot more cheaper than the ones that have like 4.
This might give me audio here for... Oh, no, it's blocked out.
So
There you go. Although I kind of want to get everyone over to Twitch, even though I really dislike the format. I'm getting really tired of YouTube's BS. Twitch has got BS too, but nowhere near as much. They're just not as obnoxious.
yeah,
They're a little more. The more I'm listening to the people that are bitching about, Twitch banning them or doing this, you go and look at what they did. It's like, yeah, I can see why they banned you. Because I've actually been doing a little research on it, and there's a little.
it's all to do with terms of service,
I'm
basically.
not really a big fan of Twitch either, but the formatting of it is terrible. But the platform itself, the way it's run and everything is way less obnoxious. Way, way, way less obnoxious. They're just not as much a control freaks as Google / YouTube is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't streamed on YouTube for a very long time. But that's obviously because I stopped my account.
Yeah, you can actually join the chat. That is the chat. Why didn't it didn't I copy the frickin'... Yeah, if you want to join the chat, that's fine. We're not, if you had a camera and everything, or even just a mic, we're not kid-friendly, so if that's what you're worried about, don't worry about it. Within reason. I mean, I don't want every other word coming out of someone's mouth a swear, but...
Yeah, well, I used to be like that. Every pause used to be the F word, because in Glasgow, that's all you learn. That's all you do every day.
I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. I'm not a biggest fan of Twitch, but YouTube is just getting to be... They freaking blocked one of my freaking things again. Now they immediately, within an hour, cleared it again. But they're just getting so over the top anal about stupid crap.
See, I find that on a lot of streaming.
Whatever. As long as you're not I don't know. Twitch is just a lot less strict.
You're not allowed to show feet on Twitch, though.
Huh?
You're not allowed to show feet on Twitch. You can't wear sandals on Twitch.
Seriously.
That's in their terms of use.
Why can't you show feet?
I don't know. I think it's to do with a fetish thing. That people used to go on there because of it. And yeah, Twitch kind of put that into their terms of use, as that you're not allowed any feet whatsoever. So,
one of my live streams, they tried to block another one of these live streams that, they didn't cut it like they did the other day. But when it went to upload, I got this usually uploads 2 or 3 hours later. It becomes, and I got a little note that says, it's not going to go live, this, and this. They don't tell you why. They give you no information. I mean, I got to say the one thing I bitch about Amazon a lot. Amazon blocked one of my reviews, the review of this chair. Okay. I did this big, beautiful, long, really nice review. And they blocked it. The one good thing I got to say about Amazon is they didn't say anything. They just say, oh, it's blocked. Please look at our terms of service. I'm like, please explain to me what the hell, because I don't see anything in your terms of service. And then they say, oh, you got pictures of the boxing, and the boxing is an Amazon issue, not the manufacturer's issue. Well, it's not. But at least they responded and said, this is why. You'll get nothing out of YouTube. They'll just block you and not tell you why, and just say, oh, go look at the terms of service. Well, there's nothing in the terms of service that I see that should have been blocked. Yep. Please explain to me what I did, because what you're saying and what I'm doing are two different things. YouTube's just getting out of hand. Google's getting out of hand. Yep. They're trying to be politically correct to the point where it's gotten to the other side.
way too PC.
Well, I mean, I get it. I get why people have to be politically correct, especially large corporations that are worldwide. You gotta be. I mean, to a point. But there's a point where you're trying to correct a wrong to the point where you're making another wrong by overcorrecting. People can't just get a clue and be like, next thing you know, they're gonna ban sarcasm because it might hurt somebody's feeling. It's sarcasm. Get over it. I had people. I did something on Facebook, and it was like, rah, rah, rah. It's like even the person I was picking on posted and said, "Don't you understand this is sarcasm? This reads as sarcasm." I mean, if you don't get it, that's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be bitching at other people because you don't understand sarcasm.
This is the thing that people don't understand the difference between sarcasm and a joke now. And they just think that everything has got to be serious. And it is a point of stupidity of just look at it, read it. Because basically people do this all the time. They glance over something and read what they want to read. And then they like it or they hate it or they argue about it. And it's like, you didn't read the entire thing, did you? Just took little snippets and picked at those. And I've had it so many times. It's like, if that wasn't the whole point, if you read the entire thing, it explained it all. Jeez, just look at it. For God's sake, just look at it. Read it.
Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's gotten out of hand lately, and if they keep it up, I'm gonna probably, I wouldn't say I'd bail on it, but I'm gonna start pushing the Twitch more and more and more.
Yeah,
I mean I do stream anyways. I mean, right now it's broadcast on both. The only issue I have with that is like, this dude, I'm guessing Claymore Steel, you were the Fonapur or whatever, number 4 there on Twitch and just came over. Anyway, I wish the chat we could find a way to make the chat like go on both. I know it's hard. They're 2 different platforms and I don't know. Wish there was a way we could make the chat through StreamYard show on both.
Yeah. I don't.
He was talking on Twitch, and nobody over on YouTube could see it, and everybody on YouTube's talking, and he couldn't see them. He thought he was all alone. There's nobody watching the video, and there's 10 people in the chat on YouTube. Anyway, that's life. So I was gonna wait and see if Tanner was gonna show up, but somewhere in here.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the hell I put it. There it is. My sub. I'm going to mark sub. It looks so much better rendered. It kind of looks janky right now. You know what I do want to do, though? I don't like the way these things modeled out and kind of cut here and got all screwy and
see, that's what I don't get. Whenever you deal with like forms and you split them and you change little things about them, how it just destroys it sometimes. Like you click on one side, it's perfect. Click on the other side, it just disappears, or it changes it so that one piece is together, and you're like, you can't even print it because it just messes itself up. You're like, why? It worked on the other side. Why isn't it working on this side? It makes no sense.
Yeah, you really can't bitch too much. I mean,
I'm just picky.
Serious mathematical calculations going into making this stuff work.
Yeah, I do have to admit it's the best software that I've used. I mean, like I've tried Blender, and I'm absolutely rubbish at it. I mean, like I can do basic forms, I can do basic shapes. I was used to Sculptris, so I went from Sculptris onto, Mesh Mixer, and then I tried Maya, and then I've tried what was it? SketchUp and
SketchUp is horrendous.
Yep.
God, I started with SketchUp before I got Fusion.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The nightmares I had with SketchUp, just trying to do a fillet or I used SketchUp for like a year. I found Fusion and it was like the angels started singing. Like, it works.
And then Tinkercad, obviously, I tried that as well. But I mean, Tinkercad's
Yeah, I
alright if
know
you
you
just do
use
basic
Tinkercad.
shapes. You know, it's fine for that. But I do complex shapes, and I do a lot of weird, crazy designs that have a lot of. I don't know. I like to make things look good and semi-modern, so I like to have a lot of flush lines and make it look good. Where in Tinkercad you can't really do that. It's all to do with boxes and triangles. So
I just got an idea. Edit feature. Edit feature. New body. Okay. Why didn't I think of this before? Why isn't that one body?
because you selected it as a new body.
No, that should be one body. Engine left. Oh, okay. It is one body. It's just different faces I was selecting. All right. So now if I do the whole combiney thing, where's the main? Which one's this? Tail body. So if I drag this up under here, so it's easier, I can take this. I can tell it to do a combine cut. Tool body is the tail body. I want to cut it. I want to keep tools and hit OK. And that should make the engine split off into a second part. And that means I can take this, make it disappear. And look at that. It's all much better. Now, I'm sure the rest of it's going to screw up. Watch all these errors that are going to pop up.
Yep, I'm used to that.
It might not, actually, because, there we go. That's just a couple of fillets, though. But that's much cleaner. See how it was all screwed up in here before, and now it's all much cleaner. Still not perfect what I wanted, but damn, that's much better. And actually, I'm okay with that, even though it's like square here. I'm okay with that. And it's just a fillet. Let's see. The only thing I wish it would show you is like this error here. Where is it? Edit feature. It doesn't show you where it is. Where was it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I always used to like when you're doing, say, like you're doing a chamfer or a fillet and you're pushing them together and it shows you which line is corrupt. Why doesn't it do that with certain error codes that you're getting in it? Because you click on it, it just tells you the error. It says complex shapes not together or manifold body not together. It doesn't show you where that part is. I wish they would add that, because that would be so helpful.
Yeah, at least tell me what, show me where I'm pushing, pulling from, what I'm doing. Show me something. But that is definitely much better. And that wasn't that hard of a fix. And I actually like the way it angles here. It makes it look more like an engine-y kind of nozzly thing. So I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Where's Tanner? Tanner should be here. Technically, you're cheating.
No, we had this discussion. We're just gonna go with it.
Cool.
Because he wants to start all over. He doesn't really like his. All right. That looks much better. Save.
That's another thing that always gets me, is when you save it and it gives you a version. And you keep saving all the different versions that you've done so that you don't lose all the edits. But when you try to find it back, it doesn't come up. Have you ever had that?
You got to do it right here.
And you have to go into the show data panel instead and do it that way.
We just go open.
Yeah.
And I think, right here.
Yeah, your version.
As a version, and you give it a title, it'll give you a history of all the different ones.
With mine, sometimes they just disappear. So it puts them into different categories, even though they're the same name.
You have to set that. That's in the preferences.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I have a lot. I think I have it at 20 or something. That's one of the reasons when I go to quit Fusion, it takes like forever, and I get the spinning freaking wheel because it's uploading all my versions
to the cloud. Yeah. I get that all the time with this. I'm just trying to figure out, do I need...
I think it caps at like 20.
Trying to look at like the design that I've just done to see how I can piece it together without it all falling apart. I've got screws in it, but I don't know if I like that design.
You know the problem? I'm trying to use the chat so I can do the full screen, and I'm doing the chat on the iPad. The problem is I can't see the chat on the iPad without these. Because I'm old and blind. Yep. I think my brother's supposed to be here pretty soon. It's my mom's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
I think she's actually in earshot. Mom, are you downstairs? Thought she was right downstairs. I need more guns. It needs guns. All kinds of guns. Lots and lots of guns. All right. Let's make these things. Okay, I got to start marking what I do. I used to do it all the time, and I haven't been lately.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the one I've been working on. So let's take this and do some stuff to it. Not really sure what, but let's do some stuff to it. How big is that? Okay, yeah. So I can make that a little smaller there. 6.5. What does that look like? That looks all right.
Why is it not doing that?
And you know what, Nancy? I'm going to make this smaller, this extrusion, which is right here. Finish sketch, go away. I want to edit this. Edit feature. I want to make it like 45 instead of 95. And maybe bigger. 50. Looks good. And then take this, which should have followed it, edit sketch, and it did. But where'd the circle go? Didn't see my little circle, did it? Nope, that's not enough. Go with 7. Yeah, that's good. And then let's make it a solid. Where'd it go? It hit all my sketches. But I want this sketch right here. And that I want to do like, I don't know. Let's look at it from the top. That's too long. Needs to be about that one. That's the other thing I don't like. See how the arrow, I can't freaking see where the item is to like see where the item is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because all the arrows and crap get in the way. All right, that looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. So next I want to somehow or another make a thingy on top of there. How am I going to do that? I need to cut out I just noticed my duct work here cuts into the cab too. See it right there? I'm going to have to do the same thing I did with the engine and do the combined cut thing. All right, so if I go to the front, which I should have made this side, but I did everything wrong. I hear somebody beep.
So how are you going to put
Tanner? What's up, Tanner, man? Start modeling, Tanner.
Tanner doesn't look happy. What's up?
Oh, just tired.
All right.
I I think my father-in-law has his home health nurse coming today, so I had to go straighten up a little bit.
Clean up his mess so you don't look like a bunch of frickin' slobs.
Well, it was all the stuff from dinner last night was still out, so
Just picking on you, dude.
He needs his
And-
coffee.
usually I clean that up, but I clean it up, sometime around noon or so. I'll go in and clean it up, but I had to clean it up earlier today.
And let's make a harpoony type of head thing here.
Because after cooking and then eating dinner, I usually don't feel like cleaning up the mess immediately afterwards.
Yep, I know the
Same,
feeling.
So I'll clean it up the next day.
Because you're here, damn it. Oh. There you go.
Nice.
And it's
I saw you were printing it where the wing sections were like hollow with the
they're actually
ribs.
hollow on the inside. So there is
it's awesome.
you can see the actual, because obviously this is so thin, the ribs obviously show through.
Yeah, like I said on earlier, I didn't mean to send you down that rabbit hole, but
Also, it's got ailerons, mini ailerons as well.
oh my gosh.
So because the airflow comes over the top and down and it forces off of this little rib here, the ailerons are actually more effective. But I mean, I do have to admit, like, you have to give this a good throw to get it to actually start, because it starts off going down and then starts to slightly lift up as it comes down, because it's like it's going into a stall, but then it gets the lift and picks itself back up. But solid
So I
enough.
wonder if where the figure is placed underneath.
I did this. Hold on, this one's still got the CG. There it is. There's a little mark right there that says CG. That's the center of gravity for the guy.
I wonder if that'll weight it down in the right spot to have it
To have it
when
so
you
that
release it start
Yeah.
tilting up immediately.
going up, yeah. So I mean, like
Dude, that looks really awesome.
CG there.
And that's basically just a spin off of Tanner's, right?
Well, I didn't mean it to be, but I was like, well, I'll do it similar to his so that I can get it so that it would actually work. And I did a single bladed prop, and then I've got the 5-bladed prop. The 5-bladed prop gives a lot of push, but not a lot of torque. Where the 2-bladed, what is it, just a straight prop, that gives a lot of torque, but not a lot of push. So I need to test the two different versions and how many winds I've got to do, because it winds, the rubber band comes around here, goes through onto a peg that comes here, and then the props at the back. And you just wind it, and then that's it, the way it should go. The only thing that as you can see there, it's got an angle on the wings.
Yeah.
So because it's got that angle, I couldn't mount anything on the bottom. But I'm like, once you've got the guy on the bottom of there, then you can make a little mount that goes on the bottom so that you can actually hold it. So that once you're winding it, you can hold your arm at the back to stop the prop from going off. And then once you throw it, the prop instantly starts and pushes it. So, I mean, it's really nice and light. I've thrown it across the room countless amounts of times. That's why I've had to re-glue it a few times. But that's because the glue's really rubbish. I got some super glue. But, I mean, it's strong enough that I can, if you have a look, there you go. You can see the actual wings bend in.
See, the only thing I do is it looks like you made it in 2 pieces to make it, you're talking about holding it. You could almost make it 3 pieces, make a fuselage and then the 2 wings. And then you could make the fuselage with like a holding thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Yeah, but the reason why I wanted it in 2 pieces was because the way that I've hollowed it out with the wing,
it makes
the way
it more
it
hollow.
is, once it's connected to this becomes your structure point, because this is hollow as well. The inside of this is all hollow. So this becomes your structure point. So all the strength is in this piece. The wings are pretty thin and light, but once it's got a hip force on it, it's the main point that takes all of the damage. So if you come down on a wing, this needs to be the strongest point.
Right. But you can still do that.
Yeah, you can still do that. I mean, like, I can still split that. It's easy enough split, and then just do a join in it. Like the glider that I designed, I've made it so that there's a center part of the wing. Actually, I'll pull it up. Because I was trying to finish off getting it all sorted last night. because I want to do a test print of it, but I finally finished it. So that way. And this is what I was saying. Like, it's really fun because like the minute I started doing all that stuff, I was like, I'm gonna make another plane again, because I used to make planes out of balsa wood. So it's like, it'd be quite easy doing it in Fusion. The hardest part of all of it was trying to make the canopy for the entire plane. But yeah, let's see.
Yeah, canopies can be a pain, especially if you want them to be functional canopies to be able to open and close. Because then you're not only dealing with you're dealing with the pivot point of the hinge, and whether the pivot point of the hinge will interfere with the shape of the canopy, and then sometimes you end up having to engineer something.
Yeah, so I've done
differently. That was like the canopy on.
That's pretty cool.
So
the canopy on this, because it sweeps back in the corners here, there is no pivot point that would work to just open straight up. So it's led me to have to re-engineer this a little bit, which I'm not going to reprint it because it's too long of a print. But what it's led me to do is, in the model, I've engineered so that the canopy slides forward before opening up.
That's really smart. How I did mine is just pure jank. What is basically to put just a little point there and an angled point at the back, so that you click in the front and push in the back, and it snaps into the main body. So if I switch up,
you can see there's a little
bit in there.
On the end of mine here, that goes into this hole right here.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to reprint this, but it is updated in the design so that there's a channel here now that the pegs fit into, so that it allows the canopy to slide forward so it can open up. Yeah. And when you put it down, you'll just put it down and then slide it back and then click it into place.
I made this with the intention that I could put a motor pod on the top and make it as a RC airplane as well. So I've got
I don't think you could find enough thrust to fly this thing.
Yeah. Well, you'd be surprised at what you can get to fly.
It's heavy.
Yeah, just hollow it all out. The problem with that is where the wing is at the back, it puts the plane into high alpha.
Yeah.
Because the weight's at the back. So even if you try to put the CG all the way up at the front, like batteries, everything at the front, it still makes it so that the tail's heavy. So once it was taken off, it'd probably just tail spin. So it'd come around on itself. So your back...
There's the center of gravity right there.
Yeah. If you had your back elevator, your rudder, you had it further up so it stuck up a bit more, you'd be able to fly that.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked when I got it all done that the center of gravity ended up right about where I actually wanted it to be.
That's actually really good, yeah. But I'm saying that if you lightened it, then it would all change.
Yeah, you'd have to make all the parts a lot thinner walled than they are.
I like that design. That's really cool.
But I designed this to be a toy that you can play with, and you can beat it up, and it would be next to impossible to break this thing without. You'd have to try.
See, with your designs though, right? The design that you've got there, can you convert it into PDFs?
I don't know.
Because the actual, the airframe you've made there, the actual shape of it,
right?
If you had that as a PDF, you could actually give it to someone who can laser cut it in foam and make it a flat plane, so it's flat, and then you use the geometric shapes, so you'd get all the angles, and it's like a box that fits on top of it. What I could do is
you can UV unwrap stuff in Blender. Mm-hmm. So it basically takes all the polygons and unwraps it.
Yeah, kind of like Pepkura.
Yeah. So then you could UV unwrap it and print out the UV unwrap part, and then you would have each panel
Yeah.
then that you could cut out.
Because I mean, the actual design there, you could get that to fly. Basically, if you cut that into like Depron, or even, I mean, styrofoam you don't use anymore, but Depron's more used, or even card-backed foam, you'd be able to literally put that into a shape that would be able to fly. You'd have a pusher prop on the back, and that would be it, because it looks like one of the stealthy craft. So you'd be able to get that to fly. It'd be very heavy on the tail and very choppy flying.
Yeah.
But if you broke that down, get in contact with Flight Test and see if they'll do one for you.
Yeah, Flight Test. Those guys love playing with crap like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll mod the crap out of it to make it actually fly. They'll do it. They'll just go out. I love watching them guys. Every once in a while, I'll like binge watch everything they've done in the last couple of months.
The flying kayak.
Oh God, all the stupid things they had, like flying soda bottles and flying vacuums, and
The toilet.
they take any old household item and they say, "Hey, make this fly." They're like, "Okay, we'll make it fly." You don't know how. They were the ones that did the cardboard tank and the cardboard or
A10.
N10 and had the war where they were shooting at each other.
The A10 Warhawk with the BB gun on it. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
I love the A10.
God, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. Flight Test, the tank versus A10, because it is funny crap. Because they're both shooting at each other, and neither one of them can hit the other one.
Because this is designed to be more of a starfighter, I didn't put any kind of landing gear on it. I probably should have.
Don't need it if it's going to be made out of foam. You just do grass landings. Even at 3D prints, they usually last quite well, just as long as you're landing on grass. I mean, lab prints, most of theirs come without landing gear. You have to pay for an extra update pack to get the landing gear because you do get grass landers. So,
but yeah, this part of the body, as you can tell from like here back, it was modeled off of a IndyCar.
Yeah, I was just about to say it looks like a semi F1.
Yeah, so it started as an IndyCar, and then I put a nose on it and wings, and
it looks cool. It kind of reminds me of like a Batman mixed with what is it? What was his name? Duck. It's not DuckTales.
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. That's the one.
Yeah, I got a lot of Darkwing Duck comparisons on it.
I love Darkwing Duck. That was an old TV series, man. I always used to watch. And that's the thing. Flight Test made it. They actually made the Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, my favorite of theirs that I saw was they actually made the Sea Duck from
from Tales, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Which, is a non-existent plane, so
Yeah,
they like took reference images off the cartoon and stuff, and
come on.
I'm telling you now, that is a thing to do. Do a little video showing that, put up a few of the models and send it to them and say, make this fly. I want to see that because that would be amazing. Because they'll make that fly.
Oh yeah, they will.
I'd love to see that fly.
If it's even slightly possible, they will accomplish it.
and then it's kind of got a Millennium Falcon kind of vibe to the thruster in the back.
Yeah, kind of big air scoop. Well, technically it's not the Su-37. It's a ramjet. Uses a very similar exhaust like that. It was in prototype. I was watching a video about Rolls-Royce doing them, a Pulse jet that actually is a hybrid engine between a jet turbine and something hybrid thing. That was a new technology that we're doing with thrusters that actually move, but it looks exactly like that.
And then as far as assembly, this thing is designed to everything just kind of slots together. I did gloop in this fin and the thruster, but everything else just kind of slides together.
That's absolutely cool. I love that.
So there's a channel that runs from like about here all the way back to here, and then there's a like I-beam shaped slot on the end of the wing, and the wing just I-beam shaped protrusion off the end of the wing here, and it slots down into that channel. And so it slots back into this red part here. And then this one is capped on this end. So when you slide this together, it locks the wings in.
That's a really good idea. See, I don't use that enough anymore. Like I used to add that into everything, so it was easy to take apart and put things back together. But see, now it's just like glue it together.
Can I help
I
you?
can't be asked.
You in the middle of doing something?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
I was just here to see my dog. Sorry for bothering and interrupting.
You're not bothering.
Camera hang out with us.
There's my son.
All right, what am I going to get errors in now?
The giant behemoth of a boy that he's becoming. He's a man-child.
No, I really like that. I love that design. Like, looks really cool.
So yeah, it all slots together and locks itself in, and the tolerances are so tight between these parts. These parts are not glued together, and you're not going to get them apart. I had to give it a little love tap with a hammer to close the gap.
Tap it in.
And so after a few love taps with a hammer, I'm like, no, it's not coming apart. The tolerances are very tight. And so yeah, everything's just designed to there's registration marks and slots for it to go in. And you got this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece as far as the main body. So it's just 4 pieces, and they just slide one right into another. There is some supports required when printing it, but it's not terrible.
To see if you hollowed all of that out, for thinking if you're going to turn it into like a flying model, then you'd hollow it all out. I mean, like with mine, is 0% infill, 0.5 on the walls, and then I've got reinforcements. If I fit the reinforcements, what are generally 1 mil thick at 0% infill. So it's usually that the frame is strong enough to hold everything, because technically, like in I use Prusa Slicer, it automatically will fill in any gaps, solid fill. So I mean, you're not getting a 100% thin, flimsy plane or structure. So it actually means that where it needs the fill, it's got the fill. So it comes in handy, especially when you're trying to get things that you think are a bit too heavy, or you want a quick print or something like that. It's really easy to do it. But I mean, like in Fusion, you can just do it. The shell option, where it just shells it, which means that it will shell whatever design you've got. So you'd be able to do that in that. Unless, I don't know, is there a feature in Blender where you can actually do that?
Okay, just clean it up. The dog just threw up.
Cool.
My cats do that all the time.
I'm working on it.
Critters do that when you feed them crap. Called part of being a pet owner.
So yeah, everything was printed on the print bed, this in this orientation. So each one of these 2 big parts took over 2 days. This one was over 2 days, and this one was over 2 days. I think this one was 2 days, and this was 2.5.
Jeez. See, I used to go all for the long prints with high quality, really look nice and stuff. Now I go more for functional, does it work, and is it fast?
Well,
Yeah.
I do both. I actually do the quick and fast to get it done and just check it. And then if something like that, I'd go back and reprint it real slow and smooth, and, a low layer height.
I mean, like that, it doesn't look the best, but it doesn't need to look the best. It's just a drill guide. I mean, that took, I think it was 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's at 10% infill, because I wanted it to be pretty solid when I clamp it down to drill.
Right.
But things that I'm just gonna.
He's fine. He just There's nothing wrong with him. He just sometimes dogs do that.
Just like things like that. It's just that's a direct drive mount. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Right.
I think that's 5% infill. I think I used on that, and I mean it's solid enough. So I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty rubbish. I mean, there's quite a lot of layer lines in it, but I was printing that at 120 millimeters a second, so because I was just doing a test print with stuff like that. I mean, like, I'll go up to 90 to 120 speed just to get it done, just to see if everything lines up, and then I'll go back and do, a 50 or a 60 millimeter a second print. But I never go really, really fine. I've never gone down to like 0.1 fineness. I think the lowest I've ever gone is 0.13. That's it. So,
all right, let's see here.
I mean, I think that was done on 0.3, and that was with the printer when it had really bad Z banding on it. But I wanted just to test it to see if it all fit together.
What is that for?
It's a gun handle.
Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't have the logo on it. That's all right. So I've got the rest of it, but
Oh, cool.
So it's just because I've got logos and stuff for the person who it's for. Because I redid all of this and added even more detail. The only problem is now I've added so much detail that I'm definitely going to have to get it resin printed. Because there is just I put 3 days into it after going, I don't like this bit, don't like this bit, don't like this bit, and then just literally went through the whole thing, and every single reference picture that I could find, I found everything that was similar on each individual picture and put it into it. And now I'm like, did I really need to go that far? Yeah, I do that a lot. I get really kind of like, I want it to look as close to what I can get it without either getting the original like designers on me going, oh, well, this has got my serial number on it and so on and so forth, because it's from a game. So I'm like, well, I don't want to get done for it, so I didn't put any serial numbers in it. But then I see other people who have done it and they've put in serial numbers and they're not getting done for it. But hey ho.
Cool.
I need to get a few more printers up and running because I've done stuff to them, or like I've been doing tests like on the 2020 printer over there. That's up there. I've had so mmany different tests done to it. It is unbelievable. Like I tested the, doesn't matter if you've got the, what do they call it? You know, the belt that goes across between the two Z rods. Does that affect like the pull on the rods? So does it mean that it binds more? I did it so that each one of them had individual synchronized belts, so that I had one extruder at the top that was just spinning both of the Z rods to see if that would work, if it put too much tension and too much torque on the Z motor. I've done it so that I changed out the bottom from belt to lead screw. Then I changed it from V-slot to linear rails to what is it called again? Channel bearings to just your standard big bulky 12 mil pillow block bearings. I've gone through loads of different tests on that thing. Gone from A4988s up to the 2208s to the what they call TZ LM7298. Can't remember what they're called, LV2971. I can't remember what they're called. The big chip stepper as well. I put those on there as well. Flashed firmware multiple times to see if there's different configurations within different configurations in the software to see if things can change, like changing on the software all of the acceleration and jerk, and then going into the actual Marlin software and changing it in there and seeing if they both connect with each other and means that you can print faster with better quality, or do you have to keep them different so the printer can only go up to a certain amount and the software can only go up to a certain amount. So that one's been out of use for maybe a year now. So I really do need to get that back together and sorted. And then I've got all the other printers that I've been building for ages. I mean, my A20, GTEC A20 that's sitting there is just rubbish. No matter what I've done to it, it just does not print. The extrusion factors, feed rates, different stepper motors, everything on that has been changed, and it still doesn't work properly. So I've just left it in the corner. I'll get around to sorting it at some point. And then I've got an Otter 4 V2 sitting up there that needs 2 new roller wheels, and they were meant to send it last year, and I've not received them. So that's just sitting up there because I needed to do a new profile for it. 'Cause the profile that came with it was for a CR10, so it meant that the actual nozzle, when you were printing on their profile, what is called the Otter 4, put the nozzle directly into the bed and then just scraped all the way across the bed. And I'm like, why did it do that? It's got bed leveling sensor on it. Why did it do that? Turns out that the entire profile was just wrong. And I'm like, you're kidding me. So I had to redo all of that as well.
So why can't I round that over?
Because Fusion hates you.
Well, there is that, but that's understandable at least.
I think I use so many programs in different ways that they're not intended to be used.
Why don't that want to roll over? That should be an easy fillet, smooth out. One.
So
Why
I'm
can't I freaking
copy
smooth
that. And then separate the selection.
Okay,
All of us are on Fusion tinkering away. Trying to make this Connect mount so that I can go print one off so that I can get my Missy to do a scan of me later. Just want to make a head bust and then get that printed so I can use it for props.
So copy that and separate the selection. Now hide the original. Wait a minute, where'd it go?
I want to do this one.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to have to seal those up and then give them a little clearance. So I'm going to make those 2 separate pieces.
I kind of like the look, but I shouldn't have had to do that.
And then I'm not sure how I'm going to handle the opening of the canopy yet.
See where that curve intersects with the body? Could you put a split pin through there? At the front.
Oh, at the front? The
Yeah.
circle?
Yep. Just put a split pin through that body and have it so that there's a slight clearance, an angle, a bevel on the bottom circle, so that basically the entire front just flips forward.
Okay. Yeah, that might be cool.
Because then it means that you can lift the entire thing forward. As I say, like, I always remember the likes of like Tinker Toys and things like that. They always made it so it was the most simplest way to get into things. And the easiest way was just to have a pin in it so you could lift the entire thing forward. You could stick your whole hand in, take whatever you wanted out, and then close it back up. I mean, they even did it with, was it Tiny Machines started doing it that way as well? Everything that they did had an opening hinge on it. Everything had an opening hinge. Like you had the Darth Vader Star Wars collection, like micro machines, that was it. And they did the little figures and stuff, and that was it. You just lifted it up, and then everything on the inside was just on hinges, and you just pulled them all out, and they all clipped together. That was it. It was so easy.
Why it's freaking out. I know why it's freaking out now.
Do that one. Let's see.
Knew there had to be an issue I wasn't catching. Okay.
Is there an intersection somewhere?
It was doing a little flat thing there, but why isn't it a little flat thing there? That shouldn't be flat anywhere.
If you draw a circle in the center point of that and add it to that pod, and then just cut, then it should add it so that you've got it so that it intersects without having a problem. Because that little standoff is at an angle, if you've noticed,
I
Lionel.
know it's at an angle. I wanted it at an angle.
Yeah, so just draw a second circle.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Extruding this little flat thing. Right
I think
here.
I'm going to get rid of the
Apparent reason.
one hole that at the top of the canopy that looks like a sunroof. I'm going to get rid of that.
It looks like a sunroof.
Turn it into a V. Or like
Made
a
it bigger.
semi-V.
They actually made that bigger. It would actually look better, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about getting rid of it altogether.
See if you spread out so it's at like an angle like that. Because technically, if you think of it as being a submersible or a starship, what's the one thing you're going to do if there's something flying over the top of you? Look up.
Yeah.
So
You want your skylight, man. All right. Let's go back to that initial extrusion. Actually, let's go back to this because I got a plan edit sketch. I'm changing it anyways. All right. Stop thinking. Because I'm not going to have it actually touching there. Aha, that looks a whole lot better. I got rid of the little flat thing. Edit feature. Now it'll let me actually do it, I think, right?
Or
Sort
cut out a
of.
second one. Then we'll seal that up.
Then I should be able to select this one and do the same. And now it'll all work.
You know this faster if I do edge select.
Front thing anymore.
can you angle it, Tanner?
Angle what?
That see where you've got it. See the first square closest to the line.
Oh,
so
here?
yeah, see the curve. Yeah, see that one. If you put an angle on that, so it kind of goes off. So it's like that, like a top of the house. So you can angle it into it. So it's got like a straight edge. So it's a square into a straight edge that bevels out. Because with that curve, it actually look quite nice if it's. Oh, there you go. Like that. But not as much as that, obviously.
That's what I wanted. A little bomb head on it. That looks awesome. Okay. Now I can go back to this.
Let's undo that.
Edit sketch. And I can do, let's see, how do I want to do this?
Out. Whoa. Oh, it's snapping.
A box.
Turn off vertex snapping.
I'm better off doing lines.
Something like that.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about.
It's kind of got a TIE fighter vibe to it.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like the front cockpit of a TIE fighter.
Oh, wait, Disney didn't hear me say that.
That's
No lawsuits, Disney, please.
about right.
Be like, but it's not a spaceship, it's a Submarine.
It's a submersible.
Yeah. They don't care. I hate it when it does that. I was working on a sketch. Make the sketch stay.
Hate you too, Tom.
Yeah, I know it does. I was going to join it, but I think I'm going to do a new body. Do 20.
Okay. I like that all right.
I'm actually going to do two-sided and do this one. Well, let's do this one 20.
Oh, save. Save, yes, save. So what would that look like printed in the color of the body? Okay, just changing the color, it gets a little less TIE Fighter-ish. Starts looking more like a canopy rather than the whole front thing. I'll stick with that.
Hammer's making torpedoes.
I am making torpedoes.
All right, so let's add a material. A new material. And
Kind of like it. Now all I gotta do is put an edge on it, and then
mission on it. Sign.
it this way. Whole face. I can. It does something really weird there at the front, doesn't it? You know what? I don't hate it though. Oh. You if it completely disappears. What do we got it at? 0.5. So let's just do 0.5. Good enough. And then, you know what? We'll leave the back square for now. Well, now let's let's put a pitch on there.
So lights.
Lights.
Well,
Lights.
you're going to need lights underwater.
Yeah, you do. Mine's got a big headlight on it.
Yep.
On headlight. Oh, just demonetize this. Oh, wait. We'd have to be monetized in the first place.
Because down in the deep is dark.
It must have lighting in the deep, dark ocean. Okay, what do you think?
From that down in the deep, it's dark. Isn't that from Abyss? The movie Abyss.
4. And make this point. Let's go with 4.
Cylinder.
Okay.
Scale it down.
And then that should be a body, correct? Yep. Fin.
Scale it on the Z.
Oh, this body. Oh, missile shell, missile body.
Scale it down some more.
Torpedo, actually, huh? Spell that right? Sure I did. Close enough. Let's see. Now I need to do a create pattern, circular pattern. I got the body. I need an axis, which will be this thing here. 3 is perfect. So done. Look at my awesome torpedo. I gotta say, that looks pretty cool. I like it.
It does. I mean, even at that, you could just take that off and scale it up and turn it into an actual rocket.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. a nice, what is it, a C5 motor in it. That'd be quite cool.
Okay, what am I going to do? Oh, not 150. More like 100. So it doesn't quite make it to there, but it does there, and everything's there. Okay, I like it. And I gotta go back to this command because I really don't like that little pointy front. So this is. I actually want to click on it. Well, let me click on it. That, which is back. Let me go back to that portion wherever I did that. But because I forgot, I'm doing it on the wrong one. That's the one I want right there. Edit feature. I want this to go a little bit further so it's actually inside the body. There we go. Now, I need to attach all those little fins, which is the one thing I don't like is you have to do each one individually. Cancel. So
What, fins?
Huh?
Can't you pattern the fins?
I did pattern the fins,
All right. Well, you said each
but now I
individual.
need to attach it to the torpedo,
All right.
and it won't let you do. I don't think. Will it let you do 3 tool bodies? I don't think so. Oh, maybe it will.
It should do.
I always thought you had to do one at a time.
Huh.
And no, it didn't work.
Eh?
Each one is still. Oh, you know what it is? Edit.
Oh, that's why.
I kept the tools. I need to keep the tools.
Screwed that in.
From one torpedo. That is one wicked looking torpedo. And now I have to make the mount actually mount it because right now it's just floating in the air. I wanted to do something cool and I'm not sure how I'm going to accomplish it.
G long X.
Do a hex pod. Bring the circle down into the missile and have a hex on the side. So that the
Well, I
missile.
wanted to make it like a clamp going around it.
Ah,
Set origin.
I have to think about how I want to model it.
3D cursor.
Oh, crap.
Here,
Tanner
modifier.
up there. I want to see Tanner's screen. What's Tanner doing? The hell?
I've been switching between the two.
Oh, dude, I like that. he's like making a freaking 1940s B-52 underwater. I like that turret, dude. That is freaking cool.
Yeah, I figured a little chin gun would be a good thing to
I'm
add.
gonna have to steal that idea and we'll put one on mine.
Sorry, it's not guns. It is underwater plasma cutters. There we go.
Underwater plasma gutters. That's still a gun, dude.
Cutters. Because you know, underwater for welding, they actually use underwater plasma cutters for cutting into tubes and stuff.
Yeah, it's still a gun. We like it as a gun. We like guns. Guns are good. Okay. Now I have all the sketches off, and yet those sketches are they were those ones. Those rolled all the way down.
Ah, damn. Let's do that. Yeah. clicking the wrong one now.
So I got my couple of harpoons and I got a missile, which once I figure out how I'm going to clamp it, I can mirror it to the other side. Should I make more than one? I really don't want all the same things. I want a different weapon here, not just like multiple torpedoes. I haven't decided what weapon it needs to be, though.
You could do like a mounted machine gun.
Yeah, but that wouldn't really fit there because of the way the body is here. The machine gun needs to be down here, like these got it, or up here, so you got a higher rotation.
Have it on both sides of the vent. So you've got the two mounted machine guns beside each side of the vent sticking out.
Yeah, the intake here, you mean? Like
Yeah.
right here?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I was talking I need another like drop missile right here.
Do a cluster bomb.
Usually some kind of torpedo-y, missile-y thing. All right, let's get into the clamp. So,
Clamps.
let's see, bodies. Sketches go away. Missile, I'm going to rename that missile mount. Or torpedo mount, not missile mount. I actually know what the hell I'm working on. Oh, I haven't combined the torpedo blade yet either. How did it did go over. Oh, I know why. I did the same thing when I that's all right. I can just hide it. When I combined it, I kept the tool, so it still stays there as a model. All right, back to the mount.
Extrude. Individual origin scale.
I remember Sequest.
Origin to 3D cursor.
Yeah.
Wish they'd let me like drop this. Oh, can I? No, it just like reordered everything. Wish they'd like hierarchical do this, like drop this in there so it would be. Then I could close it and make that thing disappear, but keep it. All right. Bring the old torpedo back and decide how to pull this off. First thing I gotta do is make a plane to draw. So let's make a plane off of this. Put it about in the middle of that there thing. And I have to bring the planes back.
Move this whole thing down in a minute.
You know what? I'm not going to make it in the center. I'm going to make it slightly off center. Because that'll make it look cooler. To -66. Just to make it a nice even number.
Set origin to 3D cursor. Oh, can't do that in edit mode. Set origin to 3D cursor.
On that.
Add modifier mirror.
Project that. Okay. Then make the torpedo go away. And then I can use that. Go off of it. That. And do it by like say 3. And then do a cut here somewhere. It doesn't really matter where. And then do a line this away. Escape. Just making a reference construction line. So I can take this and mirror it. Mirror off of that construction line. Okay. Now I should be able to take that. I think I want to do it a little less. I believe I can just move this now and that one will move with it. It does.
So,
Now I want to take that and do it symmetrical. Go 12. Join. Okay. There's my little jaw clip things. We can bring the torpedo back. Check it out, man. My little torpedo is all jammed inside there. And it's got a very simple clamp on the torpedo. But I think I want to modify it more. Let's modify the clamp more. Make the torpedo go away. And this is the only thing I don't like is I can't frickin' put like a plane right here on this face easily that I can think of. So I got to find a flat plane somewhere to pull a plane off of. It's kind of annoying, but there's worse ways to have to go about it. It's getting a little heavy for my little Mackie. My little Mac is having a heart attack. Yak, yak, yak. And then take this and project it. Okay. And then I just want to do kind of a archy, kind of clawy looking thing. Like so. Archy, clampy, kind of like so. Okay. Bring that damn sketch back. I hate it when you're working on sketches and it makes it disappear, and when you want it to stay, it won't, and when you want it to disappear, it won't. Never does what you want it to. And we want to just knock it out. Way through. Okay. Look at that. It looks all clampy and stuff, doesn't it? It looks all clampy. Clampish. It's very clampified.
Give him the clamps.
He's clampy. Let's see if I can round that over without it freaking out. Ooh, yeah, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Let's see if it'll do both sides. Okay. Let's bring the torpedo back. Does my torpedo clamp look like a torpedo clamp, or does it look stupid? Kind of looks stupid. Need something. Not sure what, but it needs something. Should have been done in the center here. I think I can move that. Where's the where did I put the this one? This is the one I gotta edit. Edit feature. Let's bring it to the center of the little mount there, thereabouts. Negative 59 looks about right. 58? Yeah, 58. Then go forward all the way. And something freaked out. Oh, I know why. Because this all moved. Edit sketch. Nothing was locked.
Oh, that's why. Oh, still in it. No, I won't do that either. But I want.
I want
to copy this one.
Just want a straight line. Why won't it frickin' stop that? I just want to dimension this from there. I don't want the angle. Cancel. Escape. Why is adding a dimension to that giving me an issue? I want to dimension that to that. All I wanted. Thank you very much. 3.75. And then do the same thing over here. Point. Actually, let's make it 4. It should be just slightly off, right? And finish. That looks much better. Now the clampy clamp looks like a clampy kind of clampy thing. What do you think? It's not perfect, but it looks clampy-ish.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It sort of looks like a missile clampy thing, doesn't it? Sort of. Sort of, kind of, sort of. Nothing even aired out. It's unusual.
Yep. It looks like Llama, yours is going to be the good guy ship, and Tanner's is going to be the villain ship.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's got freaking jaws on it now. Putting some crab pinchers on there, Tanner.
It just looks like the super villain's ship is just the most indestructible ship. It looks like that, and then the good guy comes along and shoots one missile out and it blows up. Like, why make it look so aggressive and so mean?
Well, and if it's like most things that Cobra deployed, none of their soldiers could shoot anybody.
So
So now let's take these two and make them one.
Judy Hutchinson's waiting for a bill.
Whoever that is.
I didn't even know who.
I don't know who you're talking about. What are you talking
Why
about?
do you went and fixed her fence? She expected you to bill her.
Who did?
Judy Hutchinson, you went and fixed her fence.
No, I didn't.
She said the fence was fixed.
Frickin' Dave did it. She called Dave. Why is she calling me? I don't work for Dave anymore. I haven't worked for Dave in years. She called Dave and talked to Dave. She's just losing it. I haven't worked for him in years.
You still got Dave's number on your thing?
No, just call Henderson Fence. I don't know why you keep getting involved. Just tell her to call the fence company. I don't work for the fence company anymore. Oh, why do people have to get me involved in crap that's not mine to get involved in?
That's called life.
Where is my mirror plane? Right there. Now, magically, I have 2 torpedoes. It's actually looking pretty cool. I kind of like Tanner's too, man. Tanner's looks like, it doesn't even look evil. It looks like, I almost want to say like an underwater construction thing, you know, like he's going to build a freaking, you know, the repair bot that goes out and fixes, you know, Atlantis underwater, you know, somebody shot and got a leak and he's good. The claws make it look like he's going to go out there and repair something.
One thing that always comes to mind when I see that ship is
You grab onto the hull of another ship and rip a hole in it.
Yeah.
Does actually anyone remember watching G.I. Joe? And like whenever the Cobra Commander would actually speak, he had this really high voice. It's like,
Yeah.
What happened? It's like he's meant to be this really dark, demented, psychopathic killer.
It was the same voice actor for Starscream on
Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah. Man.
The most annoying Cobra Commander got was in the G.I. Joe movie. After they hit him with the spores that caused him to start mutating into a snake with like 15 eyes. And Roadblock's like carrying him while they're trying to escape because Roadblock was blinded and can't see. And so Cobra Commander's being his eyes. And he's like a snake thing that's all wrapped around him. And he starts going crazy. He starts going, I was once a man. Roadblock's like, shut up.
I remember watching all of those. Like I spent so long in childhood just watching tons of different cartoons because it was all to do. So I miss all of that though, because that's like when you go back and you're like, you watch the old original cartoons, you're like, why can't cartoons these days be like that? They were well drawn ish. You know, the storylines behind them were actually storylines.
Well, and usually they were storylines that had an underlying social message,
Yeah.
or there was a lesson to be learned. But like speaking of lessons, the Hasbro learned a lesson after the Transformers movie that they sent to theaters, you know, and then Optimus Prime died, and the fan backlash was
crazy. Yeah.
absolutely insane because they killed off Optimus Prime. And they had already made G.I. Joe the movie and were planning on sending it to theaters. Well, so they ended up not sending it to theaters, and it went like straight to video.
Yep.
And they had planned for Duke to die in the G.I. Joe movie.
Yep.
Because, you know, Serpentor hits him in the heart with he pulls one of his snakes off around his neck and straightens it out into a spear and goes right into Duke's heart. And it looks like Duke dies. Well, the very end of the movie, they added in a like senseless, just quick dub of, "Hey guys, Doc just called. Duke's gonna be okay."
Yeah. I hate it when they do that. That was one thing I hated about the Picard show, the new Picard on. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah, I was meant to, but I missed it. So
Yeah, well, I won't totally destroy it, but the very end, it's like, okay, one more time. He's, it's like, how many times can you take the guy and save him? He's dead. Leave it, or don't kill him off in the first place. It's actually not bad. I enjoyed 99.9% of it, but let's just stop freaking taking Picard and transforming him into something else and then just magically fixing him.
it's like when they turned him into a Borg.
Well, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. One headlight. I don't know why I keep singing that. That song's in my head every time I start playing with my headlight. What else do I want to add?
I kind of dig that song.
I do too. I like it a lot, which is why it keeps sticking in my head. So I got a harpoon and I got 2 missiles, but I want something else down there. I do want a gun, but there's no really good place for that bubbly thing to mount it. Where did I mount it? I guess I gotta mount it right here behind the headlight. Would make it kind of tall and bulky though. I could put it on the top of the wings. You know what? I think I need more missiles. Torpedoes. Yeah, I think I need another torpedo. Okay, where's my little arrows? Why can't I drag this thing? Where's my arrow? Where's my damn arrows? Why isn't it cancel? Where'd it go? Torpedo. Let's create a pattern. A rectangular pattern. Grab the torpedo. Oh, because it doesn't have faces. I want bodies. And select the torpedo. And, well, one. Where is it? How come it's not? Is it just me or something very, very off here? 3. Why am I not getting anything copying? Well, cancel. New option.
Just a mirror off of structure line, center structure line.
Yeah, or I could just do a copy paste and just pull it over.
Yeah, I like everything that I do to be symmetrical.
I do too, but
I'm
it's just
lazy
getting
that way.
free, so.
Can move that second one forward a little bit so that they're kind of like stepped. Like
Ooh,
on a
that's,
jet fighter.
that's a good idea. Like that. Like 12 sounds like a good number. Maybe even more. Go to 15. See how it looks.
A little bit of flying.
Off the front of the thing or anything? Nope. That looks good. I like it. I like it a lot. So now I can go and do the mirror and edit the mirror, edit feature, and select a new body. Why won't it let me select a new body? Objects. I want to select Torpedo 2. Okay, why is it doing that? Why won't it let me do it? Why can't I select Torpedo and Torpedo? Cancel. Damn it. I know why, because they got to be together. Some freaking reason. Watch now to let me do it. Edit feature. He told you. For some reason they got to be stacked one right after the other. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm glad you said shift it forward. I think that looks cool. All right, what else?
See, I always did like looking at jet fighters and like how they step all the missiles. So that's why I said it, because I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that'd be cool. That, so because
What the hell are you doing here? Holy crap! Look at all the joke you got on that thing. Is that thing even going to be able to move through the water with all that junk on it? It's going to be like a brick. Holy crap! I love Jaws, dude. The
super
Jaws
villain ship.
cool. The only thing I would say that looks weird is the front of like the little fang claws there or whatever where the jaws are attached.
Yeah.
It looks like it's too fat. Like, it's coming out of the body and then it gets narrow as it shifts forward and then they get too fat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They look out of proportion because of that.
Well, nothing's finalized yet.
No, I know. It's the only, other than that, I think it looks freaking cool as crap. That just looks like, oh my God. Just looks freaking crazy. I thought mine was nuts.
And the plan will be for you to actually be able to grab with your fingers and spin the little rotors.
Yeah, it's going to be complicated. I'm not even worried about printable yet. I'm probably going to have to break it up later. I think I'm going to leave it like this. It's just a quick attack unit and it runs away. It really does need a gun somewhere. Just not sure where.
So I've got 6 torpedoes, a chin gun with a twin
Barrel
guns
What
on a
about
turret.
2 guns up by the top light, like coming out of the body? So they're like 2 guns sticking out next to the light.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of loses its sleek, slim look when you do that. Everything I'm picturing in my head kind of makes it look bulky.
Or if you just put the holes, like in a Spitfire wing, they had just the holes on them.
Yeah. It just looks like intakes or something. I was thinking about that. I may do that, but
still keeps it sleek then.
all you really see is the tip of the barrel sticking out. I don't see how I'm ever going to be able to print this, but
Yeah, just split it in half. You'd be able to print that easily.
Yeah. Slice the body right down the middle
Yeah,
And
they
then
have
you can-
somebody resin print the actual globe.
Slice a flat slice all the way through the middle, and then you could set the flat part down on the bed, and then it could print up from there.
Yep. Still a lot of
Make
support.
the wings sticking off the side separate pieces that tab in.
You know what? I think the guns would look better right here. One on either side of the intake.
I'm almost thinking about doing away with the wing things altogether and put articulated arms there instead.
Oh yeah, dude.
So then you got articulated arms with claws at the end of them.
Yes. I love that idea. I like that a lot, dude. That's insane.
It's going to be a lot of work.
That's when you save and you start not necessarily from scratch, but you start a whole new model with the model you have already. You know what I mean? Like stop editing what you already have and just save it and then make a duplicate of it and then start working on it again.
See, that's a nice thing is I just hide a part if I want to and then do something different.
Yeah, I do that all the time in Fusion. If I don't like something, just hide it, start again.
But that way I didn't get rid of what I have already spent all that time working on in case I need to go back.
Yeah. That's what I do. Generally, what I'll do is I'll draw up a sketch, extrude it so that I've got the dimensions that I want. Then I'll build the wing form, and then I'll just draw lines off of all the bits, the angles that I want, and then just extrude them all the way through the wing. So I've got the exact shape that I want of the wing. And then I can go through and start joining everything and drawing everything that I want to be adjoined. But it comes in, it looks nice after that.
Why?
Let's see if
Tab.
I come back before the mirror. Then I bring this back. Here, delete. Dumbass. Bring it down here to right around there. Okay. And then I start modeling on that. Okay, anytime now. Then project this whole nightmare onto there. This whole nightmare, and this whole nightmare, and this whole nightmare, and this whole nightmare, and that nightmare, and all of this. If I just project it all on there, I won't be able to screw it up.
Then we'll go here. You know, that's cute. We'll scale it down.
Okay, all that crap's projected now. She's probably gonna make it freak out, but now I know what my reference planes are. If I go right around about here and draw a circle, about 18 sounds good. And I extrude it. From an offset plane. Should I do it from object? No. Offset plane. I want to do it like 20, 10. Or 20. You know what? Now I want to do it again because I want to do it all sideways and crappy and bizarre.
Mirror.
Damn it! I'm gonna cancel. Finish sketch. Delete the sketch. Delete sketch. Take this thing. Make that go away. Take that line. That's where I want to do construction plane at angle. Off of that. Look to the right. I kind of want to pitch it. Wish you could see that. Can you guys actually see that stupid yellow thing? Some of the visuals on Fusion is just terrible. -20. All right. Now I want that plane. I'm going to draw on it. Now I'm going to do my my turret body. And I would go like right around here somewhere. Do like 25.
Now I know what Llamas reminds me of. Oblivion with Tom Cruise. The ship in that.
Yep, it is kind of similar. I was thinking that the other day when I was looking at it.
I love that ship. I really want to get a model of that. I want to do the drone as well. 3D print a 1-to-1 scale drone. I want one of them. I've got the model, just never printed it 1-to-1 scale, but that's going to be a plan.
Let's see, I got to do it like 50 or 60. But that's too much. That's not cool. That's too much too.
Up.
25. Well, 20. Just start cutting in there. Okay. And then keep bringing that forward to about there. New body. Okay. I like that. Sketches. Make all of these new sketches go away. There's a lot of sketches. Yep, my little poor computer's freaking out now. Sounds good.
Along the
That.
line.
Right
Right
that
there.
also.
Scale X.
Yeah. Zero. Leave it.
X.
And then let's see. Will you let me select? That's the other thing. I want to select this face, and it won't freaking let me. It keeps jumping to the lines. And it kind of drives me nuts.
Cursor.
What? Cancel.
Add modifier. Mirror.
I want that face. I want to draw on it. I want to make a box, but centered. I don't know why I haven't made that part of. Into toolbar. Thank you. I can select that from now on. .5 tab. Not too slow. Yep. Solid, extrude. Let's go like 7. Nice and big. Okay. This face, if it'll let me select a face, god damn it. I'm going to draw a circle on the center of that. It's not going to let me reference the center of that because it's all on weird angles. 4. A little too big. 3.5. So extrude. Time is it?
It is nearly 4 o'clock.
20.
Here, at least. So that'd be
4 o'clock. So you're 5 hours ahead of me?
Yeah.
It's almost 11 here. Not that one. -2. What is that one? I like it.
so do I.
And then off of that, another sketch. And let's see, what do I actually want for? Do I want to make it like a phasery, lasery one?
Phase relays.
I think I want to make it a phasery, lasery one instead of a bullety one. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I should. There's sketch. Command Z. Command Z. Let's put the sketch right here. So I can work right here. Project this whole thing. Make a circle. Do it off the point. Find the center of that. Go this way. Like 5 is good, I guess. That's not big enough. 7. That's better. Take that, offset it like 3, 2, 2, 1.5. Sure. Put a line in it, and I think I'm going to do it at a weird angle. Like that. Escape.
So now I need to do something different with these.
Take this.
Are we scaling?
Extrude it.
Except for we don't want to scale on the Y. Anything but the Y.
What the hell's going on here? Front.
Make those a little bigger. And then ring cut. No,
I'll do it.
it's not ring cut. But yeah, let's ring cut it once.
Maybe do
And then bevel. Whoops.
offset my plane by say -1. -0.75. That's pretty close to center, right? Not quite. -8. -0.9. That's too much.
Extrude on the Y.
Yeah,
Oh, not the Y, the X.
join. Okay. Then before I do that, I want to go even farther back. I want to take this. I want to put another sketch on there. I want to just draw a circle. Like 2. That's too much. 1.5. Work. Escape. Come on. Is that annoying or what? I just want to select that face and it keeps flashing in and out. Drives me nuts.
Bob 007AF. What's up?
That. Okay. And go to the end. All these annoying sketches. There's my little laser gun turret. Very basic. Needs some cleaning up. But I think it'll work. Yeah. Do this right, actually. Maybe I want to do it off of there.
Scale X. And we'll ring cut it in the middle. We'll bevel that out to there. Those.
2. We'll do 2. Sure it will.
And we'll scale them. Wait, no.
Intersecting pieces.
Okay, I got noise.
Bevel out. Here. Grab this one and this one. We'll scale up to the X.
Look, Tanner, I'm gonna smoke you, man, because I got like modern laser guns instead of just bullets, man. I got lasery guns, dude.
I got laser beams. Lulbub, they are modeling submersible vehicles on 2 different programs. Llama is on Fusion 360 and Tana is on Blender.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. Let me go that far. Sure, it will.
Mike, it's because I'm in charge.
Yeah. Andrew has control of my little.
I'm switching between the 2 so you can see how both of them come up with the ideas and both of them are modeling in different ways. So
Won't let me do it. Damn it. Won't let me do anything.
Hmm.
There we go. Got a little bit there.
Now let's go back to the blue. And let's make that.
And hopefully this. this. I can do kind of a chamfer on, maybe. And actually, can I do them all both at the same time? Let's see if it'll let me do them all at the same time. Ooh, it's not what I expected, but I kind of like it. Now it's getting to be what I expected.
Kind of adds a aerodynamic feel to it.
Yeah, well, it's going to be hydrodynamic, dude.
Yeah, hydrodynamic. And aero, spacecraft.
Underwater, man. It's all underwatery. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty smashing, man. I think my little cone arc is a little off here, though, huh?
Ever so slightly. It's not, but it doesn't
I was
need
trying to make it look
anyway.
not symmetrical, but I think I
Yeah.
want it to be symmetrical. Oh, crap. I wanted this over there, too. Oh, well, I can always do that later. Where is that little cone arc thing? That one. Edit sketch. I still want it slightly top heavy, if that makes sense.
There are so many things that are going to have to be modeled functionality wise now.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to make this thing like totally printable. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, I'll get there.
It won't look like a resin print or nothing. All right, where is my? That's what the hell is this? Oh, that's it. Okay, so this is laser gun. Because it can't just be a gun because Tanner's got guns and I have to have laser guns. That's so sad. Oh, crap. This is way too much fun.
Because I'll have to model in the connection points for all 6 of the torpedoes. I'll have to model in the rotation for the turret, articulate these arms, rotation points for the 2 side engines, because the 2 side engines are meant to do this so that you could literally barrel roll if you wanted to just by tilting the engines. These 2 side engines are going to rotate.
Uh-oh, something happened.
Thrust vectoring, basically.
My little thing screwed up here.
And then all of the articulation points for the claws and the arms.
This is going to be moved. Edit.
The canopy articulation.
You don't freak out on me. I can't believe I haven't crashed Fusion yet.
I'm quite surprised that it hasn't crashed either.
Well, only because I'm streaming, because I've done stuff way more detailed than this. But the minute I start streaming, it usually freaks out.
But I'm just about ready to move on to modeling the interior, and then it'll be go through and add detail from tip to tip. And then after the detail, it's
Fine.
That's one thing
functionality.
I always find difficult
Oh, there
is
it is.
doing interior on things. I don't know why, like in Fusion, it's really difficult for me to figure out how pieces can go together inside something, especially when I've already built a curve and it just does not like to fit my design into that curve. It just messes up.
So I have loads of Boolean operators to do.
It's not at all what I wanted. Where'd that get? That one.
Tanner, you've got flexible filament, haven't you? Like TPU?
No.
No. I was gonna say, if you've got like, see your mannequin guy, I can bring him in and create like a harness system to go underneath that plane. So I can find the point of CG, mount a harness system so he actually mounts to the plane, but he has like little belts that clip in.
Right.
Because then if you do it in flexible filament, you'd be able to have like the old Action Man style where you put him in the helicopter, he's got the belts that rubber click in and push on.
But I think if you model the pieces thin enough that even PLA will work for that. And I say that.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I did that with the aileron. So.
I say that because you know the mask extenders that everybody was printing. These are PLA.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've made a few of those.
And you know,
I think I did mine 0.8 mil, or was it less? Can't remember. I'll have to have a look. I'll measure them and see how thick
so
they are.
I mean, I think you could make like a backpack type strap.
That's what I
and
was thinking, like a harness that it could just clip into.
Yeah, but I think if you made your straps, you know, thin like this, that even PLA would work.
That's a good point. Thanks for reminding me.
Laser gun. Okay, now I got to cut the laser gun because it's sticking up into the body here. This is where I'm going to crash fusion. Watch this one. When I do this bull on operation,
Save it first.
here because it might just not crash fusion. It may just crash my computer.
So if the stream suddenly ends,
Who the hell's trying to FaceTime me? Scam likely. Goodbye. That's the one thing about the Apple is if it's not someone that knows you, it tells you it's a scam. Well, I remember that my brother.
Because you got one. I've got one as well. No, I don't know you. Goodbye.
I don't know him. It ain't happening. Okay, now.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at my phone going, am I next?
I need to take the laser gun. I need to combine it with a cut of the body. Oh, no.
Yeah, Tanner, if you can send me one of the figures, then I'll see if I can make like a strapping harness system for him. Oh, no, I'll just send you the files and you can do it.
And
Either way, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just I measured that. I think it was
Okay.
2 mil underneath that hole. Wait a minute.
Now this should be a whole new body in there, which I have no idea how to get to.
It's
laser gun
12
one.
mil behind that hole is CG.
Delete.
All right. So interior time.
Okay, something happened. Command Z. Why did it do that? I'm all the way at the end, aren't I?
Cube.
See, while you guys have been doing your submarines, I've been doing a Connect holder. Actually came out quite nice. The only thing that I keep having problems with is when I do the curves and then I try to put holes in it and then I make the holes too deep, I can't go back unless I go all the way back before I did the curves. I don't know why that is. Oh well, it looks good enough. I wonder how long this is going to take to print.
So that there. That there.
And then this, I got to mirror. Create mirror. Select mirror plane right here.
Why?
Now I have a gun on
Ring
both
cut you
sides.
right.
Come on, baby. Yeah, look at that. I got laser guns, man. I'm going to smoke your ass there, Tanner. I actually like that. I didn't think I'd like those, but they're not so big that they're obnoxious.
I got freaking laser beams.
I got laser guns, man. I think I'm kind of done. I want to do some, like, flares and textures and stuff, but I think that's it. I kind of like it.
Ring cut this way.
Anything more just makes it too busy.
liking the look of this.
Right? Am I wrong here?
Hmm.
Does that just look cool the way it is? Should I be done with it?
Yeah, I'd say that looks really good. I think the only problem you're going to have is certain little pieces are looking like they're definitely going to have to be resin printed.
Yeah, like the
laser
actual
beams
dome.
and the dome and maybe the arrowheads on the pointers on the wings.
Yeah, well, it depends on how big you make it. You can make it
Yes.
really big. Scale the
Just-
crap out of it.
Chuck it in the bath and see if it floats.
It's not supposed to float. It's supposed to sink. Go
Well,
fast.
You know what I mean? It goes
Yeah, I
down. It doesn't just sink to the bottom without it. It should have some sort of like semi-flotation because technically they do have like fillable and emptyable chambers to make them submerge.
Sure, if you say so.
Well, that's how a submarine works. It has bilge pumps on the sides that sucks in
Dude,
water.
it's got jet engines, man. It'll go anywhere it points itself. I think I'm done. I like it.
I like it too. Looks cool.
I think the guns are just perfect. They're not too big. Got the torpedoes, got the 2 harpoons. I'm going to harpoon your ass, Tanner. I'm not just going to shoot you or missile you. I'm going to harpoon you.
But Llama, the only thing you have to do now is build the interior to fit the action figure.
Yeah, someday.
Tanner's way on it right now. He's doing it. Like he's building the
Yeah, well,
interior.
that's his fault. That's not my purpose. I don't really care about the action figure. I just want to make it look cool. And it does look pretty cool.
It does, yeah. I like the look of both of them because it's the 2 different styles of design.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love the arms. Oh, I love that. That looks so awesome.
You know what it reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen Inner Space?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
That's it. Now we got to start all over, Tanner, because it looks too much like Inner Space.
I love that film. I learned most of my biology from that for my tests.
Mine looks too much like a mixture of Deep Space Nine and
Oblivion.
Oblivion there. Was it
Oh,
Oblivion? What the hell is that one that Tom Cruise did?
Yeah, Oblivion.
Oblivion. Yeah.
Wonder if there is an Oblivion shipcraft model. I'll look
Um,
up something like that.
Sure.
Mike, yes, booleans work well as long as the parts. You have to understand the way the boolean works, and sometimes that means adding some ring cuts to something before you try to do a boolean. Like if you try to cut a round hole in a flat surface, but there are no vertices or edges running through that flat surface, it'll tear it. It'll look weird. But if you go and add a ring cut so that you have an edge running right through the middle of where you're getting ready to cut the circle, then it'll deal with it.
What the hell is the difference between appearance and physical? You got, they won't let me do it, but they both seem to do the same damn thing to me. They bring you into all of this crap.
What, the appearance? Yeah, you can. If you click on any of those, they open the
Well,
textures.
you have close. If you click on something or right click on it, it's left click for me. You have physical material and appearance, but they both do the same thing.
Yeah, but physical material puts it into a state of if you're going to be machining it, that it takes the properties of that material, where the appearance just gives the appearance of that material.
Okay.
So because like Fusion's now
These are
added that
actual-
you can,
These are for machining.
yeah, so you've got like 3D printable laser cutting and CNC that's been added to Fusion that you can actually put the model into and it will do it for you. So if you put in properties and it finds the closest property like cut diameters and stuff like that for that material. It makes never know mind because obviously it's not like you're going to be taking that and printing it directly from Fusion. you export the STL or OBJ and then do it that way instead. But it's how they calculate, if you've got aluminium or mild steel, both of them have two different material properties. So it tries to calculate from that, but I don't know if it works too well, to be quite honest.
Okay, I want to put that on the harpoon. Why won't it take it?
Sometimes you have to click the surface before you do it, or it has, and you just can't see it.
But it's not up here. Oh, there it is. I guess it is. Edit. I want to make it all black. Oh, it did it to too much crap done. I didn't want to do it to the body too. Damn it. Command Z. Command Z. Okay. All I want to do is, and actually I want to do it before I mirror it, which is, where's that mirror? Right there? No. That's way back here somewhere. Where's my other mirror? Right there. That's one. So if I take the harpoon, it's a physical, not physical material. Damn it.
I need
The
to
wrong damn
take
thing.
those out of the render.
Appearance.
Now render.
Oh, that's why it changed it, because I already have it in there. Let's choose a different material. Steel. Steel satin. Steel braided? That's freaking steel braided. Steel knurled. Diamond plated. Hexagon mesh.
Screen share.
Wire mesh.
Yeah, I think I'm done. Cool.
Steel rough. That's what I want. For the harpoonie is steel rough.
I shared my render screen now.
I want to make it more black. Done.
It does look mean. It looks like it's got an aggressive stance.
Close.
And I put a light emitting material on the lights so you can see the reflection on top of the canopy of the lights.
It didn't apply the texture here. I figured if I did it before I
There you go, Tom. There's a cycles
Wow,
instead of
doing
UV.
it. Wrong freaking one. Appearance. This one on there.
So yeah, you can do that in Fusion as well. You just click on the render and do it for you.
Yeah,
And you-
that's how I got the other one.
Yeah,
I haven't.
David Shorey has been doing some amazing fusion renders that are like photorealistic.
Yeah, it's not that even that hard. It's got a pretty decent stock here. Where the hell's render in this thing these days? Drawing, manufacture, render. Come on now. Render, baby. Render. See, there you go. That was like instant. And you can make it much, much better.
Yeah, I just rendered one of my Connect handheld thingy design just to see how it'd look. I just don't know what PLA color I'm going to do it in. I haven't figured that one out yet. I mean, it doesn't really need to be any color. It's just more for use, but I think I've got blue in there at the moment. I'll probably change that out. I've got salmon pink, I think. It kind of look a bit ugly, but it doesn't really need to look nice.
Render in canvas.
Well, I think I'm going to call it good for the day for me. I've got to go to
me
3
too.
different pharmacies.
It's
Oof.
almost lunchtime.
I don't envy you. The local, we've got 2 pharmacies right next to us, so we're all right.
So I have to go to the Publix pharmacy
It's a long
and pick up.
time to render because we're streaming, sucking up all my computer freaking knowledge. My poor little computer can't handle it.
I'll show you my one. What I've just done.
And I have to go to 3 different ones in order to get all the medication instead of one because of the cost of the medication differences between pharmacies.
Yeah, that really doesn't matter anymore around here. They pretty much have to do a comparison thing.
I could go to one pharmacy and spend like $300 on the medication, or I can travel to 3 different pharmacies and spend $180 on the medication.
Yeah, that shouldn't be even legal.
3 different pharmacies and save myself $120.
I mean, I can see them changing a buck or two here and there, but they should have to. I don't know. I think our medical system here in the United States is like one of the worst. Stupid people that think it's good. Freaking morons. I'm sorry. Our healthcare system is like one of the worst.
I mean, it's like the whole insulin thing that I was hearing about. That thing was just nuts. How like certain states can charge $27 for 1 pen, where somewhere else charges $120.
Yeah. Oh, and then you get the guy that's just like, oh, I'm going to make money. So he spends $1 million, buys the patent on it, and then goes from $27 to like $800 for a pen, just so he can make money. Like, that shouldn't be legal. I
mean, you can go up to the local pharmacy here, and just as long as you've got an original doctor's note, I think you can pick them up for, I think it's £5. So, that's what, $7 roughly? I think they're even cheaper than that. It depends on what dosage you need. So
mine's going to kick your butt, Tanner, because mine's got harpoons and lasers, man.
Good luck aiming them when they grab a hold of you.
But I can shoot you with my harpoon before you pinch my ass.
Depends on who's faster. There you go.
And I got a bigger, brighter light, I think. My light's brighter. I got a 1 billion lumen light. I haven't even been watching chat this whole time. What's everyone been doing? I literally haven't been paying attention to it.
And then I think as far as maneuverability, being able to rotate the engines themselves that are on the side.
Yeah, well, that's it. Tanner can kind of outmaneuver your lasers because you'll be firing them. It just whoosh, just kind of turn out the way.
Yeah, I got a little
barrel roll.
Dude, my jet engine, you won't even be able to keep up with it. You're just on a little propeller.
I've got to try and give him a fighting chance.
I'll just smoke right by you. Gone.
Heat-seeking torpedoes.
It's all right. My little jet engine goes faster than your torpedoes, man. Your torpedoes are still propeller-based. Mine are rocket engine-based. I think they're both freaking cool. I like the way when you did the arms. I think that made it like way better.
Yeah, the arms changed everything, and that was it was funny because I was just sitting there and I was like, those wings, the way they were sticking out, it kind of looked like a crab, like it should grab you. And then I thought, let's put some claws on there, and then I thought, yeah, but I don't like the claws protruding off those thin little floppy wings, and you wouldn't have any movement in the claws other than this. So you'd have to line the sub up with what it wanted to grab. I was like, with the arms being articulated, you don't even have to. I mean, something could be trying to pass below you, and you could reach down.
Yeah, you can grab me on the way by. All right, my computer's freaking out now, just trying to render. It's like totally maxed out.
Yeah, like anyway, your mouth doesn't match your voice right now.
Yeah, I know. That's because it's trying to render, and it's like sucking up all my processing power on this.
You're one of those old.
You gotta remember, I'm doing all this on a little itty bitty 2014 Mac Mini. Think about that. Think about what this thing just did.
Right. I'm doing all this on a computer I built myself for $600.
Mine's underneath that. Mine's
so it's about twice as fast as my Mac Mini.
£380 it cost me for my custom rig.
Anyway,
Now, granted, the only reason it was only $600 is I already had the graphics card that I was starting with.
Yeah, I need a new graphics card for mine.
I need to upgrade my graphics card at some point, but I'm not going to do it right now because I think we're like 6 months out from a whole new generation of graphics cards hitting the market.
Mhm.
So there's no point because
Plus,
all
they're
the
pushing premium just now as well because everyone's locked inside doing gaming. So and
right
streaming.
and all the current cards that are like mid-level cards that are like $700-800. When that next generation of cards comes out, they're all going to drop to like $300.
Yep.
So I can get a mid-level current generation card when the next generation comes out in 6 months for half the money that it costs to get it now.
Yep, that's it.
Trying to find a good angle to get a render off of it.
That and I'm fixing to move.
That's it.
I don't want to buy anything until I move. We sent the realtor a message about a house we found online last night. Like, is this thing available and can we buy it? Because if so, I'd love to take a look at it, and if it looks as good in person or looks to have as much promise in person as it does in pictures, we'll pull the trigger. We're ready to go.
Click.
Anyway, killing it. See you guys.
You're gonna make me go drive to all those places now.
I am. Because I gotta go to the bathroom and it's almost lunchtime and see.